Hello and welcome to Let's Dance with Charlotte Elizabeth. That's me. So, this podcast is going to cover everything from dance, health, fitness. I will include how to prepare for your first dance for your wedding or using that kind of scenario for special occasions. There will be planning hen parties and ideas for planning hen parties, but the main focus of this podcast is dance. I am the owner of Feel the Beats UK, and I'm going to get you all moving. So let's get on with the show. So I am back. There hasn't been a podcast episode for a few weeks, and that is because I moved house and then had no internet. Like, just about had 4G. It's been magical. A little bit crawling up the walls. But I've actually really enjoyed the time to just be. So probably on the last episode, I was heading off to a retreat, kind of a business strategy weekend thing. At the beginning of it, I was potentially closing the doors, like full stop, closing, done, just gonna work. And then I had a light bulb and realized that that wasn't what I was gonna do. And I was gonna go and play because I have a job that I love and I enjoy. Um, yeah, I enjoy. We all have bits that we dislike. But on the whole, I don't dread going to work. I really enjoy it. The people are just amazing. I can't believe I've been there for a year. And yeah. Um, and I don't plan on giving that up anytime soon. So then it comes to the question, which I know I've covered with you guys before, of, well, if your day job is covering your bills, what why are you trying to run a business? Like you're not doing it for the money. And I've never been doing it for the money. And that is something that I've realized with a lot of my flips and changes of direction. I was chasing what I thought was going to be the money, not what I actually truly believed, connected, and felt aligned to. So I was like, right, okay, I'm going to take the time to play. I've just moved house. That's a challenge in itself. And then obviously finding out I got no Wi-Fi. So it was perfect timing, absolutely perfect timing. And in that time, I kept getting an ad. So the few times that I could connect online, I kept getting an ad for movement therapy. And I was like, okay, the universe is trying to tell me something here. But I don't want to pay for a certification. Not against certifications. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't want to have to do something that's gonna take a lot of time and energy. But there was something in it. And I kept looking at everything that I was posting, all of the experiences that I've got, like when I mind mapped all the different qualifications, courses, things that I have done, it's insane. And that's kind of when the movement therapy kind of really kept intriguing me. I was like, there's something here, that there's something here. So I kind of looked at it, see what was involved, and go, okay, how can I adapt this? How can I adapt this? And I looked at my content and I was like, right, why is my pole dance videos doing so much better, gets way more engagement than anything vaguely business related? And I touched on it at the retreat and asked them, and I realized it's because I've taken everyone on a journey. They've seen me for the last 6 months start from bunny hopping around the pole because my feet don't want to leave the floor, to now getting on the pole, to spinning around the pole, to practically climbing up the pole, doing the harder moves. They have seen the transformation. They've seen the strength coming, they've seen the determination, they've seen the frustration, the willingness. They've willed me to just get on the bloody pole. Like, come on already. You know you can do it. You're so close. They've been waiting for the weekly updates. They've been on the journey with me. And it's helped them to find their own challenge. And that's what I realized. People have been invested in my journey, but also finding their own joy and confidence in their own thing, whatever that may be for them. And that's where I'm headed. That's where I'm headed. So I've always talked about not just being weddings, not just being this, not just being that. But then the first words out of my mouth are weddings, this, that, and the other. So I had to change my language and I had to change my thinking because if I want people to associate with anything but wedding, I need to show anything but wedding. And really looking at the pole journey and this movement therapy thing. Yeah, I did. I bounced it off ChatGPT. And there are going to be some people now that will unfollow me, that will probably have now stopped listening to the podcast. And that's okay because you're not my people. And AI gets a bad rap. But actually, at the time, I needed to bounce off someone. And that was the thing that I had available to me to bounce off. Be my sounding board. And it helped me to realize that I had the answers. And I feel all warm and fuzzy having the answers. And I'm going to give you a snippet of the answer because this podcast goes out before my email, and my email list get first dibs. But I will obviously then share with you where it's actually heading. But the premise is that I'm helping you, the listener, find joy and confidence through movement and small daily habits. That will be anything from taking a walk after work. That will be anything from exercises you can do whilst the kettle's boiling, whilst you're cooking the tea. Heck, putting the radio on and having just a kitchen dance. Walking out in the garden when the sun's shining in your bare feet, feeling the ground beneath your feet, sitting and having a cup of tea. Taking those moments to just be. I'm helping you reconnect with you. Who are you beyond mum, wife, sister, daughter, auntie, uncle, husband, brother, manager, teacher, beyond all the labels that we put on us? Who are you? What do you stand for? What is your values? What do you love to do? What is something that you've always wanted to do that you've never done? Like, I wanted to do pole because I wanted a new challenge, and I love it. I've seen my weight change. I've felt my strength build, my confidence, and I'm building a social circle. I'm building friends beyond my partner because I don't have a friendship circle beyond him, and I'm building that now. I'm building cheerleaders that have been where I've been, and I'm now following their success. And I'll be inspirational to some. So that's where it's heading. And you can probably tell the change in my voice. I've got so many ideas. I'm keeping playing. I'm not rushing into anything. There is going to be name changes. My website is on pause whilst I tweak the whole content. Um, but I'm doing it in baby steps. And I had a massive mindset shift in that I'm undoing everything that I've been doing for the last 10 years. And I realized that no, I have learned so much in the last 10 years. I'm just going to put it all into practice and move forward in this new kind of personal brand lifestyle thing, which means it then incorporates Oriflame, Viva MK, Just Strong, anything else that add to my bow, it all connects because it's all about movement, finding the joy, the fun, building the confidence along the way in whatever way that means to you. I just use movement as my vehicle to do it. There'll be pop-up sessions, there'll be There might be a little community that comes with daily prompts of, have you done any moving today? And moving could literally be that you've done some squats whilst boiling the kettle. It could be kettle raises whilst you're boiling the kettle. It could be that you've just had a boogie in the kitchen. But it could also be that you've just stood and breathed with your eyes closed and just taken 5 minutes to just decompress. Because we're always on the go. And that's the one thing that I've learned from having no internet. I couldn't doom scroll. I had to talk to my other half because what else are we supposed to do? Um, I read a book. Like I fully read a book. Like I'm on book 3 of the Akator series. So if you know the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, I'm now on book 3. My goal for this year was I think to read 10 books. So I'm on book 3. So I've already read 3. Yeah, I've already read 3 books this year, so I'm getting there. It helped us get our house in order. Like if you're watching the video version of this, you'll see that I'm in a plain background. The sound is probably a bit airier, because I'm not fully set up with the desk and stuff. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to do it in the kitchen. Plain background behind me, hit record and go, because nothing I do anymore will be perfect. And perfect doesn't exist. So I've hit record and I'm waffling away, as always. So yeah, that's my update for you, that I'm not just dance focused anymore, I'm life focused. And yeah, I'm bringing you on this journey. And if you haven't moved yet, go and move. And I'll see you next time.